Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. If you're here, it probably means that cancer has touched your life or someone you love. My story may surprise you, though, because while cancer is one of the hardest things I've ever faced, it's also the journey that shaped me into the person I am today. I never thought I'd say this, but cancer gave me something truly valuable: emotional strength and a new perspective on life. Today, I'll walk you through how embracing my emotions, both good and bad, saved me from falling into despair. I hope my experience helps you or someone you know find hope, no matter how dark things might seem right now. Section 1. My diagnosis, the moment everything changed. Let's rewind a bit to the moment I first got the news. The diagnosis hit me like a tidal wave: cancer. Those 6 letters felt like a death sentence. I remember sitting in the doctor's office, hearing words like tumor, treatment, and chemo, and it all felt so surreal. My whole world stopped in that moment. At first, I went numb. I tried to stay strong for my family, for my friends, but inside, I was terrified. How do you prepare for something like this? How do you accept that your body, the thing that's carried you through life, is suddenly under attack? I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. But instead, I just froze. That was the beginning of my emotional journey, a rollercoaster ride that would change my life forever. Section 2. The importance of allowing yourself to feel. One of the first things I learned was that bottling up emotions only makes things worse. At first, I tried to be brave. I smiled through the pain, telling myself that I needed to stay positive. But deep down, I was overwhelmed with fear, sadness, and anger. Then, one day, a friend told me something that shifted my perspective: it's okay to not be okay. That simple sentence gave me permission to feel everything: fear, grief, frustration, and even joy when it came. I realized that trying to suppress emotions only made me feel more isolated. So, I let myself cry. I let myself scream into a pillow when I needed to. I learned to sit with my sadness instead of running from it. And you know what? It was freeing. Feeling those emotions didn't make me weak, it made me stronger because it meant I was facing my reality head-on. Section 3. Anger can be your ally. One of the most surprising emotions I experienced was anger. I was furious at my body for betraying me. I was angry at the world, at fate, at the randomness of it all. But instead of shoving that anger away, I chose to channel it into something positive. Anger gave me energy. It became my fuel. Whenever I felt powerless, I let that anger motivate me to fight harder. I poured it into my workouts, into my physical therapy, and into the little victories, like getting out of bed on a tough day or finishing a round of treatment. Anger reminded me that I was still alive and that I had something worth fighting for. It was proof that I hadn't given up. Section 4. Finding joy in unexpected moments. Cancer has a strange way of making you appreciate the little things. Before my diagnosis, I was always rushing, focused on work, responsibilities, and the next thing on my to-do list. But when cancer forced me to slow down, I started noticing things I had taken for granted. The warmth of the sun on my skin. The sound of laughter during a phone call with a friend. Even the taste of a simple home-cooked meal became a small celebration. It wasn't about pretending everything was fine, it was about finding joy in moments. Even on the hard days, there were still reasons to smile. Gratitude became my lifeline. It didn't erase the pain, but it helped me focus on what was still beautiful in my life. Section 5. The healing power of community and vulnerability. Another thing that saved me from despair was opening up to others. At first, I didn't want to burden anyone with my problems. I thought, everyone has their own struggles, why add mine to the pile? But I soon realized that I couldn't do this alone. When I started sharing my fears and frustrations with my loved ones, I discovered just how powerful vulnerability can be. People wanted to be there for me, they just didn't know how until I let them in. Support came in many forms: a shoulder to cry on, a funny text on a bad day, or even just sitting in silence with someone who understood. Community gave me strength when I didn't have any left. It reminded me that I wasn't alone. Section 6. Acceptance and letting go of control. One of the hardest lessons cancer taught me was acceptance. I had to accept that some things were out of my control, no matter how hard I fought or how positive I tried to be. There were moments when all I could do was surrender to the process. And that's okay. Accepting that life doesn't always go according to plan is part of being human. Letting go of control didn't mean giving up, it meant making peace with uncertainty. It allowed me to focus on what I could control: my attitude, my self-care, and the way I treated the people around me. Section 7. How emotions helped me find meaning. In the end, it wasn't just the treatments that saved me, it was the emotions I allowed myself to feel. The fear, the anger, the joy, the sadness, they all played a role in my healing. They taught me that life is messy, unpredictable, and beautiful all at once. Cancer gave me a new appreciation for emotions. They aren't something to be feared, they're a part of life's richness. They make us human. And through them, I found meaning in the midst of chaos. Section 8. Moving forward with strength and hope. Today, I'm not the same person I was before cancer. I'm stronger, more compassionate, and more grateful for every moment. I've learned that life isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them with courage and grace. If you're going through something similar, know that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. There's no right or wrong way to handle this journey. Just take it one day at a time, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You are stronger than you think. And no matter how tough things get, there is always hope. Thank you for listening to my story. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content about emotional healing and finding strength in adversity. If you or someone you love is on a similar journey, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Remember, life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Embrace every emotion, because they are what make you truly alive.